It seemed like a very scary place at the moment, but we really think that music can inspire people. And so this tour of Ukraine is our demonstration, our show of solidarity with the Ukrainian people for their freedom and peace in their country.
What do you know about the logistics there in terms of, you know, this is a country that various cities have been ravaged by war?
Well, you know, so as we were saying, we're from Carlisle, the most northern city in England, right? And Kharkiv, where me and John will end up, is an eastern city in Ukraine. It's one of the most eastern points in Europe, actually. And lads over there our age are on the front line and defending their country and their families. And it's just a part of their life now, you know. It doesn't end their life. That's why we're taking music, but it's a huge part of it. And the logistics, yeah, you know, I could sit on this very comfy sofa you have here and give you 100 reasons why not to go.
There's stadia there, or, you know, stages that you can perform in, and, you know, well, in terms of that.
This is our subterranean tour. A lot of the venues are underground, and so, but we're playing in new and in different places is something we're quite used to. We've done prison tours, we've played in venues that a lot of other bands haven't played, and the Ukrainian tour is us encouraging people, musicians, you know, however much you can do, to just do something, and to know that the people in Ukraine, although they're enveloped by the war, it doesn't define them. And the Ukrainian people have a long, rich history of music and arts and culture, and, you know, we want to get right behind that.
I know it's not the reason you're going, but I mean, do you have a following in Ukraine?
We do now.
Okay, yes.
I mean, we're playing with some Ukrainian bands, you know, and that's helped us a lot. We've been in communication with them. I mean, the message we get is they want music, they want life to continue. It's back to that hope thing. In England, the venues are closing down, but in Ukraine, they're opening up. You know, there's a lot. They want gigs, they want music.
Just go back a step, though. We understand the reasons you're going, and you very eloquently explain that. Who had the idea? I mean, did someone approach you with the idea, or did you just together go, why don't we ask the question?
That's right. Well, we've always been behind Ukraine and always talked around the dinner table about it. And we think, you know, music has no border. And we're in the Czech Republic, leaving tonight from Dover for 2 weeks. And then we thought, you know, let's take our music to the people that actually need it the most.
And how did that, I mean, who did you ask, fundamentally?
Well, so we were connected through an artist called Derek Eland from Cumbria with a band called Okazia from Kharkiv. And he put us in touch with them, and they gave us a load of pointers. And then us, from our little studio in Carlisle, we reached out to all the venues and the promoters and booked it all ourselves. Everything we do is completely independent, off our own back.
We've had a lot of help from the Carlisle community.
We have.
Armstrong Watson and Fred Story.
Julie Harris and Gordon McGregor. These are people in the north of England that believe in the power of music and how it can have a positive impact both locally, for local communities and further afield worldwide.
You said, you know, chatting around the dinner table, politics comes up and the war in Ukraine comes up. Did your safety come up around the dinner table?
You know, I think you have to be aware of the risk and understand the dangers. So we both do, but our attitude to the whole endeavour is not to let the danger outshine or outweigh the importance or significance of it. We were kind of joking, saying we would be worried if our family weren't worried about us.
Yes, indeed.
You know, I'd kind of look at them differently if they weren't, but...
And we're lucky because we're you're right, and we're travelling with a security guy, our man Adrian, who works for Mission Aid for Ukraine, and they do amazing work, you know, delivering vehicles, tourniquets, supplies, help for all the healthcare to the very front line. And he'll be travelling with us, and he has a vast experience of security in Europe and further afield.
Some people won't know a bit of your backstory. Sir Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
Can you explain to people? Because I'm just going to chuck the name out there, but he's backed you, right? He's been a supporter.
Yeah, I think the last time we were on this show...
Yes, that's exactly right.
A lot of people won't have seen that.
Won't have heard the story.
So when we did that interview a couple of years ago, it was a day before Glastonbury, and we didn't have any accommodation, so we camped in a friend's back garden, and the next morning had a Zoom interview with you guys announcing how amazingly, Paul McCartney put us forward for Glastonbury.
With remarkably good signal in the garden. I mean, yeah, he backed us, and I mean, we encourage more people, more musicians to back us and to back this endeavour. You know, we want music to kind of be the heart and soul of back in Ukraine.
And is that an ongoing contact with him? I mean, has been sort of dialogue since? Has he showed an interest since?
I mean, I hope he likes our music. I hope you like our music too.
That would be good.
know.
Well, it sounds like you're going to, apart from anything else, you're going to have an extraordinary adventure, and you're doing it for all the reasons you explain. Absolutely, a lot of people understand. So good luck with everything.
Yeah.
You've got a gig tonight?
Yes.
Yeah.
Back up to Carlisle for the Carlisle Weekender.
And then you're off to Europe.
And then I'm
start
driving to Dover this evening, so it's a busy
Sorry,
time.
hold on. You're going to Carlisle and
Leaving
then
here to
driving.
Carlisle for the
Dover.
gig, and then I'm driving to Dover to catch the ferry tonight. So,
Couldn't
you know,
have like picked further ends of the country, really,
know.
could
Yeah,
you?
logistics about here as well.
we look forward to seeing some of the pictures of you performing in Ukraine.
Yeah.
So good luck with everything.
Good
Thank
luck.
you.
Thank
I
you
think
so
you're going to
much.
bring a
Thank you
lot of
very
joy, and you're right. Music is, you know, it's the soul food, isn't it? So good luck.
We